I stretch on my own. I would take a foam roller and, roll out certain parts of my body, my legs and my arms, my glutes. I do a lot of running and I do a lot of lifting. I find that I'm very sore if I don't get the stretching that I need to get done.
I play a lot of sports. I play tennis, golf, I cycle, and I tend to always run tight, especially below the waist. Upper body is not too much of a problem, but below the waist, always tight. It's something that just really benefited me from all the activities that I do. It used to be I could play tennis one day and then I'd have to rest a day. I'm actually playing tennis now. I can play 2 days in a row and I don't get that tightness that I had been experiencing before attending the StretchLab sessions.
I did play volleyball when I was in my 30s and 40s. And I stretched before playing volleyball, but they were just routine stretches. Nobody taught me how to stretch. Nobody taught me the stretch techniques. Nobody said how long you need to hold a pose, and I injured myself.
Before StretchLab, I wouldn't stretch at all. I've played soccer for 5 years, and I'm always running around and being physical. My dad first brought me into StretchLab because I was always sore and tight. When I leave StretchLab, I feel loose, free, and not tight anymore.
The younger clientele is actually always pretty fun because you have to try to keep their focus because they're everywhere in the mind. So keeping their focus, once they do find it, is actually going to get them more receptive to the stretch.
I tend to try to stretch on my own before I do my exercises, but the thing I noticed is the minute I felt a little pain or something, I would quit. I wouldn't continue it, and doing it with a StretchLab and one of their techs, it just puts you in a position where you can relax, go with them and let them take over. And I mean, they're great. They know when to stop, you work with them, they don't push you beyond what you're capable of handling, and it's just been an awesome experience.
I love coming into StretchLab and seeing all the smiling faces greeting me. Everybody is so friendly and warm and welcoming. Blake has been just wonderful. I had certain ailments. I came in with sciatica. I've struggled with it for, I'd say, about 30 years. And since I've been getting the regular stretching with StretchLab, the sciatica has subsided quite a bit.
StretchLab has decreased my pain. I was living with daily pain. I have a severe right shoulder injury and a severe left knee injury that the pain is practically non-existent anymore.
I remember the day that Jean walked in the door and I said, how are you? How are you feeling today? And she told me, really good. Today is one of the first days in a very long time that I woke up not in pain. And it was excellent.
Pain-free.
Looking into her face, yeah, she said that. She looked in her face and it made me feel so good.
My favorite thing about StretchLab is whenever I walk in, everyone's just so nice, and then when I do the stretch, he just asks me how I feel before and what I want to do and what I want to work on. My family always comes in StretchLab, my mom, my dad, and I was the first one to come in, and then my dad tried it out and he really loved it. So then my mom she just wanted to come in because the whole family loved it.
Really, it's for anybody. I mean, you don't have to be active to need to stretch because we want to be flexible, and as we age, that flexibility goes away. I'm 56 now, and I'm still on a tennis court 2-3 times a week and cycling. So it's really changed my life, and I've been doing massages twice a month for about 8 years, and I let go of my massage membership 2 weeks ago because I wasn't getting the benefit with the massage that I'm getting with the StretchLab.
Most people don't know a correct method of stretching and to get maximum benefit from stretching. So to learn techniques, to learn proper limits, and to feel benefits from stretching is critical in coming to StretchLab.
I feel that everybody should get some stretching because just freeing the sensation of the body, or the sensation of freedom within the body, gives a sensation of freedom in the mind and heart as well. So I would say it is for everybody, especially children and especially athletes.
You can't get to that level of stretch on your own. It's just impossible. You can try and try and try, but when you have an assisted stretch, it's held longer, there's more pressure than you would normally put on that area, which really helps you open up. When you're done with your stretch, you're done. You don't have to go home and shower or any prep work. You can just go on with your day. So you know that once you get in here, you're going to be out and you're going to feel great.